Search for insider threat indicators and you will see checklists. Odd logins, strange downloads, new access, maybe a resignation. In the SOC, the hard cases do not arrive that clean. One login is allowed. One file burst is below the limit. One permission change has a ticket. Nothing fires. Then 3 weeks later, the pattern is obvious. UEBA exists for that gap. Slow drift that rules were never built to see. UEBA means User and Entity Behavior Analytics. Plain English, it learns what normal looks like for accounts, devices, service accounts, and teams, then scores behavior that moves away from that normal. It is not a lie detector. It does not read minds. In NIST-style terms, place it in detect, continuous monitoring, anomaly detection, and analysis support. But beginner can say it this way. UEBA turns many weak signals into one reviewable risk story. The important word is story. A single event may be harmless. A sequence across time, identity, access, location, device, and volume may deserve attention. Before UEBA, teams wrote rules. If download count is greater than X, alert. If login happens from a rare country, alert. If admin rights appear, alert. Rules are useful, but insider cases often stay under every line. No single event crosses a threshold. The signal is drift, access creep over weeks, slightly later work hours, more searches in systems the person rarely used, larger transfers than their own normal pattern. A CM can store all of it, but analysts may not connect it manually. The problem is not lack of logs. The problem is weak context, spread across too many days and too many systems. Here is the normal workflow. First, collect identity, authentication, endpoint, application, file, email, and ticketing signals where policy allows. Second, build baselines. Not one global average, but patterns by user, peer group, role, device, and system. Third, compare current activity to those baselines. Fourth, score combinations. Off-hours access alone may be normal for an engineer. Unusual volume alone may be month-end work. Off-hours plus unusual volume, plus access to a new repository, plus recent role change is different. Fifth, show the analyst why the score moved. Good UEBA explains the ingredients. It should not produce a mystery number. Scores accumulate. Then a human reviews the evidence, context, and business reason. Worked case. An employee has a confirmed departure date. That fact comes from HR into the monitoring program under approved policy. Week 1. The account starts touching document areas used by adjacent teams. Each access is allowed, and some has ticket history. Week 2. Activity shifts later than that user's normal hours. Still not a rule hit. Week 3. File access volume is high compared with the user's own baseline, not high compared with the company. UEBA links the pieces, departing status, access creep, off-hours pattern, unusual volume, and systems outside the normal peer group. The score rises. The SOC opens a case. HR, legal, and the manager review business context before any action is taken. The strength is accumulation. UEBA is built for low and slow patterns where each event looks ordinary alone. It can surface compromised accounts, misused privileges, risky service accounts, and insider risk patterns. It also helps analysts prioritize. A ranked behavior case beats 50 disconnected low alerts. But limits matter. UEBA does not prove intent. It can be wrong when roles change, projects launch, teams travel, or data quality is poor. It needs tuning and feedback. It should never become automatic punishment. Treat it as decision support, not a judge. The best outcome is often simple. Confirm the activity is approved, document it, and improve the baseline. UEBA does not replace the SIEM. The SIEM is the event warehouse and correlation engine. UEBA adds behavioral context on top of those events. Identity tools tell you who the account belongs to and what access it has. Endpoint tools show device activity. Data security tools show what repositories and file types were touched. Case management records the review. The cross-reference matters. A SIEM alert can enrich a UEBA score. A UEBA case can send a focused query back to the SIEM. Show me this identity, these systems, these dates, this volume. Together, they reduce guesswork. Start with guardrails, not dashboards. Decide what employee monitoring is allowed in your jurisdiction and company. HR, legal, privacy, security, and employee relations need to agree on purpose, data sources, retention, access, and review steps. Write the escalation path before the first case. Then start small. Pick a few defensive use cases: departing employee risk, privileged access drift, impossible role behavior, service account misuse. Learn identity data, log quality, baselining, statistics basics, and case writing. Pilot with historical data if you can. Measure false positives and analyst time. Most important, require human review and documented business context before escalation. Recap in 3 beats. First, the best insider threat indicators often do not cross a single threshold. They drift across weeks. Second, UEBA scores the combination: access creep, off-hours activity, unusual volume, peer group mismatch, and identity context. Third, people-related monitoring meets people-first guardrails: HR, legal, privacy policy, and human review. If you are building a SOC, learn how behavior analytics supports decisions without turning suspicion into fact. Subscribe for the next episode of Security Tools Decoded. New episode daily, plus the daily ranked CVE brief on this channel.